You're looking at a really interesting product from Linksys. It's the Range Plus router, model number WRT110. And let me tell you what's cool about this. On the front of the box, you notice it doesn't say G, it doesn't say N. It doesn't really tell you exactly what wireless frequency or how it works. It's not G or N. Well, yes, it is G, but it's MIMO, meaning multiple inputs, multiple outputs, and it uses a smart antenna technology. And also the antennas, they're all hidden. They're internal. You don't have to look at them. They're not sticking up. They don't get in the way. This is the entire unit. It's much sleeker than the previous model, and this one actually has some really cool features. Now, what's cool about this being a Range Plus router and the fact that it has multiple ins and multiple outs? It's got more than one signal coming and going. Well, here's the way this works. If you're on a standard wireless G network, well, it works just fine. It'll work with wireless G and wireless B. Now, if you're on a wireless N network, or you're sending things out to end devices, you're going to get a lot more speed, sometimes twice the speed of wireless G, because since this has multiple signals going, the N can receive multiple signals, and it's going to make the speed much greater. Also, another thing that's cool, if you're using a couple of these, you can use these as wireless access points. You can plug this up to a computer and have it one place as an access point, or you can even use this to double up the signal. If you have a router plugged in downstairs and you need to get better signal, plug this in upstairs and have it relay the signal, and and you can keep going on and on and on with that. But the fact that this has MIMO technology, if you're using another one of these, it'll double the signal as well, because they both have multiple ins and outs going at the same time. Another thing that's really cool about MIMO is the fact that it reduces and almost eliminates most dead spots, because it takes those really faint signals and it amplifies them. And also, a lot of times the problem with regular wireless G is when you have the signals bouncing around in the corners, well, they don't work so well, you get dead spots. But with MIMO, you have all the signals bouncing around. There's multiple signals going everywhere, so the more they bounce around and the further away you are, the more speed increase that you're going to see with a MIMO router like this one. Now, when it comes to encryption, everybody wants security, and this one does have security. You've got WEP 1 and 2 and WPA 1 and 2, and that's 256-bit. So you got 64-bit, 128-bit, and 256-bit encryption. So all in all, you can use it as a wireless access point. You can use it as a router, and on the back there, if you want to use it as a wired router, we do have 4 Ethernet ports there on the back, and this is handy. No more unplugging and replugging in the router. Sometimes the internet goes down. It's not the router's fault. It's just something went wrong with the router or the internet or something. Just press the reset button. It'll reset all the devices that are attached, so you don't have to unplug the stupid thing and plug it back in, wait 10 seconds, and then it's in the dark and you're reaching behind the computer. You know the scenario. And there's your WAN port as well. If you're in Britain, it's the WAN port and the LAN port, right? I think that's how it goes. Anyway, a lot of uses. It's the Range Plus router from Linksys. Any questions, anybody? Any questions? You just joined us?
How do you find MIMO?
How do I find finding MIMO? Well, it's everywhere, because there's multiple ins, multiple outs, and they just bounce around everywhere. It's not a difficult task. Even you can find MIMO. I'll see you next time. For more information on the Linksys Range Plus router, go to compusa.com and type L48-2634. Or call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 1-800-COMPUSA.